Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot. I'm Zane. I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what comes through and what cards come out. The first card is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And you have Earth sign energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or even Capricorn. We have the Lovers card. You do have Gemini energy with this card. You could be dealing with a Gemini. And we have the Six of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So this Page of Swords showing up in the reverse, I do feel like this is an energy of somebody who is either trying to find out more about you, or do feel like it's a very curious energy and interested energy. But I do feel like it does feel like somebody going about it in a way that is rather reserved, or it's like they are kind of doing, they're finding out more about you behind your back. I do feel like that could even feel like stalking. And I do feel that with this Page of Swords, this does feel like a person kind of holding back, especially communication wise. With the Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to really get to a place where there is more of an open energy. I do feel like this does feel like also being in a position to really experience either being able to let somebody in. I do feel that with this card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like also coming back to something that was once abandoned. And I do feel like when it comes to this person, this could be their feelings for the situation, that there is a sense of really kind of turning their focus back towards that. I do feel like with the Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, that there's also an energy of wanting to be able to work through something. I do feel like this does feel like also overcoming difficulties. And with the Five of Pentacles, this does feel like actually having a renewed mindset on the situation too. With this Lovers card showing up here in the center of the reading, this is a pretty loving energy. I do feel like when it comes to the feelings that you have towards someone, they do run quite deep. And I do feel like with the Lovers card showing up over here, that this also feels like an energy of having a connection with someone and feeling connected. I do feel like that feeling is reciprocated as well. I do feel like with the Lovers card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy between two people that feels very real, and I do feel like it's recognized on both sides. I do feel like with the Lovers card showing up over here, this does also feel like choice, and I do feel like when it comes to your connection, there is a sense of wanting to be able to make space for it. And I do feel like this does feel like the time that you are making concessions for this connection, because it means so much to you. With the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a supportive energy. And I do feel that when it comes to your connection, this does feel like actually putting energy towards it. I do feel like with this card showing up over here, the person you're dealing with is in a space where they are putting in energy towards this connection. They are aware of what they need to put into it. I do feel like this does feel like there's a sense of actually having a desire to be able to make an effort or be able to make a move in this connection. And with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like actually being aware of what it takes to be able to actually make things work in this connection, and having the consideration to actually take action towards it. I do feel like the Six of Pentacles, this does feel like a energy of putting into this connection. And I do feel like when it comes to your connection, there is a lot that's happening, and I feel that even when you are, it could be happening below the surface, but there's definitely a realization of the connection and awareness. And I do feel like there's energy being breathed into this direction. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Fool card. We have the Judgment card. And we have the Magician card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. So we do have some Scorpio energy and some more Gemini energy. You could definitely be dealing with a Gemini or someone with Gemini placements. But with the Six of Swords showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a difficulty when it comes to moving on from a situation. I do feel like you're dealing with somebody who is holding on to your connection. I do feel like with the Six of Swords, this also feels like having a lot of thoughts and there is a lot going on as far as this person really thinking about this connection. I also feel like that could be something they're not letting you in on, but they are definitely in a space where this is something they consider a lot, and that does run quite deep. It's something they can't move on, they can't move past. With the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a difficulty when it comes to moving on. With the Fool card showing up over here, this is a pretty courageous energy. I do feel like this does feel like an energy of wanting to be able to see where things lead to in this connection. And I also feel that it's pretty bold when it comes to being able to actually make an expression, reach out, and also be able to make an offer towards being able to really embrace and put things into motion in this connection. With the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like taking a leap of faith. I also feel that there are strong feelings towards this connection, and there is a sense of also believing in the growth and expansion for the future of this connection as well. It's actually quite exciting when it comes to the way this person feels about you. I do feel like there is an energy of being open. But with the Judgment card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where it's like you're taking it very seriously. I do feel like when it comes to this connection, with the Lovers card, this does also feel like an energy of being in a position where I do feel like there's an important decision to be made around this connection for you. And with this Judgment card, I do feel like this is really leaning heavily on discernment. I also feel that this is about making the right decision and taking a lot of factors into making the right decision. And I do feel like when it comes to any decisions that you're making around this connection, it is coming from a place of really strong consideration, discernment, and I do feel like you're making the right choices in this connection. But with this Judgment card, this also does feel like an energy of having a open mind towards a second chance. So there could be a desire to give someone a second chance, or for someone to give you a second chance, or just to give this connection a second chance. But I do feel like a strong sense of discernment when it comes to thinking about where that'll leave you and leave the situation with this person. But with the Magician card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being open, and I do feel like there is an energy of being very excited about being able to really enter into something. And I also feel that there is a sense of also trying to make things happen. I do feel like the Magician card does feel like energy of being very open, and I do feel like there is the sense of jumping into a connection as though a person's never been hurt before, very open, free of baggage. I do feel like with the Magician card, this is about having that clean slate and making things happen. It's a pretty proactive energy. I do feel like when it comes to the actions being taken, this person is really doing what they know is best to be able to make things happen in this connection. So I do feel like there is actions being taken here, and I do feel like it's actions that are pretty well thought out, and also does feel like there is a sense of really putting a lot of thought into it, with that Six of Swords showing up and that Page of Swords. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have retreats. We have trust, and we have free yourself. So this retreat card, it says it's time to disconnect from the world. I do feel like this is an energy of being in a space where this person is kind of thinking a lot about this connection, and it's like they are really giving little time to other things. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where there is a lot of thought around your connection. I do feel like it's like there's a sense of even the thought of this connection kind of taking this person away from other things. But I do feel like with the retreat card showing up over here, this is pertaining to the Fool card. I do feel like there's a desire for being able to actually make things move in a certain direction. I do feel like it's quite exciting. I do feel like when it comes to what's on the horizon for this connection, it is exciting, and I do also feel that there's a lot of enjoyable experiences. And I do feel like this person is in a space where they are open to that with you, and I do feel like there is a sense of this person kind of making an offer to you when it comes to having something moving forward with you to hold on to. Do you feel like with this trust card showing up over here, this is an energy of really being able to hold on to your faith, and I do feel like this is coming into your decision making around this connection. There's something about this connection that's putting you in a position to make important decisions, and I do feel like there is a sense of really leaning on a sense of a moral compass. I do feel like there is also the sense of being able to really trust yourself when it comes to making those decisions, because with this judgment card showing up over here, I do feel like you're in a space where you're making really good decisions, especially pertaining to this connection. And I do feel like with this trust card showing up over here, this is about your faith and the situation that you're in within this connection, also calling for you to really lean on that. And I do feel like there is a sense of being in a position where it's like you really are able to trust yourself, trust your decision making, trust your higher guidance. I do feel like with this free yourself card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to really get out of something that feels like it's really confining you and restricting you. Do you feel like with this free yourself card showing up over here, this is really pertaining to this whole connection, being able to move past a difficult time, or even being able to move past a time where there is a sense of going through what feels like something that is repeating, or just a sense of requiring a lot of hard work or hard attention. Do you feel like this is about being able to get to a place where things are unfolding naturally within this connection? And with this Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, do you also feel that this does feel like also being able to resolve an issue? And I do feel like when it comes to the communication, that this may also be something that's important since connection with this Page of Swords showing up in the reverse. So I do feel like being able to have a conversation is also going to have and play a part in being able to move forward in this connection and for it to evolve. And I do feel like with this Free Yourself card, this is really putting a lot of attention and focus on being able to work things out through. I do feel like being able to actually have a conversation around a way forward, as well as even just more practical steps forward. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.